So an eliminator final is just around the corner, and I am saddened to say that either USA or Samoa at the end of this contest will not be on the Sevens circuit anymore. One of them are going to the Challenger Series, one of them will be staying on, but definitely not a position that either side want to find themselves in. It's going to be a brutal game, and I do hope that both of these sides go out there, show everyone what they can do, and even if you lose this game, at least they put in 110%. And in this preview, we're going to be looking through at the previous fixtures for these two sides, their key players to watch out for, and then at the end, a prediction who we think will be going home. But looking through, first of all, at the previous fixtures of Samoa, we are going to start with them as they are considered as the underdog going into this contest. Their first game in the group stage, they lost to Kenya, 19 points to 12. They were out-muscled in the breakdown. In scrums, they had a massive advantage in that game, but they weren't able to make the most of it, losing that game by the 7 points. Their next game up against Chile should have been one that they were able to win, but they threw it away, 21 points to 19. So they were sitting 2 losses from 2. Now, a lot of people thought that that meant that from there, Samoa were eliminated from the competition, but that is not quite the way that the qualifier series works. Pretty much a summary is you play your 3 games, they work out how everyone is ranked, and then you play off up against kind of like a quarterfinal setting. So 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, etc. So USA qualifying pretty much at the top of the bunch. Samoa not so much. They were at the bottom of the bunch after their loss up against the Spanish, 31 points to 0. Unfortunately, Spain have just had Samoa's number time and time again recently. Now, Spain are also fighting for their spot on the circuit. They will be going head-to-head with the Canadians, which could be a pretty interesting game. But for the USA, their first contest of their group, they started off very well, getting themselves the win over Germany, 40 points to 19. Their second game, they bet Uruguay, 29 points to 14. And then their last game up against the Canadians, a lot closer than the first two, but they still managed to win it, 14 points to 7. So I would argue, even though USA aren't in their best form at the moment, they still definitely deserve to be on the circuit. The tricky part is saying that Samoa, of current form, fall into the same boat. They've been really struggling throughout the last few legs of the Sevens. Now, of course, when we look at key players, they have got the return for this league of Va'a He hasn't had the biggest games as of yet. He needs to really step up in this contest, because if he doesn't, and if Samoa don't perform, they're gone. And I have to say straight away, massive shame for either of these sides to be knocked off the circuit, because they can both be competitive, and they've both caused upsets up against top sides before. But in this game, Va'a he's going to have a blinder. Also, for the Samoans, Tuna Tuitama. We're looking at these guys who last year were one of the reasons that Samoa were ranked so highly. So he too will have to have a big game. And then a third player for the Samoans. I'm thinking about going for one of the bigger players, but I feel like speed is going to be so crucial throughout this game as well. So to be honest, you can select pretty much anyone of that backline in terms of needing a big performance here. You know what, I'm just going to pick 2. I'm going to say everyone else needs a big game anyway, because there are so many names that come to mind. But at the end of the day, you need a team performance to win this playoff game up against the USA. And then for the USA, looking through at key players, I think Malachi Esdale, he's been very strong over the last few legs. Alongside him, also Madison Hughes is in there for the USA, so a lot of experience for that man. And I feel like in a playoff game like this, it's a different feel than, let's say, a quarterfinal or a semi-final or a group stage match. This is very different, because loser goes home, winner stays on. And I feel like someone like a Madison Hughes, who has that experience under his belt, can be very handy indeed. And also another man with a lot of experience. He's coming off the bench, more than likely, or they might even start him in this game. I feel like it's a crucial one to get him out there early. That is Perry Baker. But now we're up to the stage of a prediction. I don't want to see either of these sides knocked out of the 7 circuit. So ideally for me, if they can just keep on drawing after extra time and just keep on drawing till, you know, everyone gets to stay on, that would be awesome. But that can't happen. Sadly, there has to be a winner and a loser in this game. I am going to go based off current form. And I feel like the USA, you know, Samoa need to find that second wind. I'm going to go 33 points to 5 in favour of the USA. Now, as you guys will know, throughout my predictions of Samoan games, I'm often very wrong. Maybe I'm hoping that this is one of those times. But this game is going to be kicking off at 2:56 a.m. New Zealand time. We are covering it on the channel. We will see the emotion of the players as it comes to a close. And we will be here through every second of that match. So be sure to stick around for that one. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you all for the next one.